What's up guys, Zach here from Animen with more news regarding the upcoming Fairytail game that will be coming out in 2020. It's an RPG adventure fantasy for the PlayStation 4. I'm real excited. Some new information was just given out, so we're just going to go over it. There's 4 main points that is discussed in this update. I'm going to briefly give my thoughts on the 4 points. I'm also going to leave a link in the description below of the information if you want to look at it yourself, and I highly suggest you do. Even if you're not into Fairytail, you probably will find a few things in it to be pretty funny because the thing itself is written in Japanese, so when it's translated to English, it's a little weird. There are some parts that are just funny to read out loud, especially if you read it in like an exciting or an epic voice. So yeah, I'm going to leave a link in the description below, so be sure to read it for yourself. But we're basically going to be going over the 4 points and what I think about it. So the first point is said to be experiencing hot stories from popular episodes to the original. Okay, so what this means is that we are going to experience various fairy tale stories in the game. For example, Ten Wolf Island with Hades. Is it called Ten Wolf Island? Like I said, English translations, I can't quite remember. But yes, that whole thing with Hades and all of that, you will get to relive that and play it. So basically this confirms that in terms of story, you will be playing stories from the anime/manga. But that's not it. It's also stated that you'll get to play new original episodes and requests for the game. So stuff that you didn't see in the anime, stuff you didn't read in the manga. There will be some brand new stuff to this game. That's got me thinking that's probably talking about more along the lines of side missions, not necessarily like actual like main story stuff. But that's still pretty cool that they're going to give you some new things that you will not be familiar with. So I'm really excited for that. In my last Fairytale news thing, when I just, let everyone know, like, hey, they're making a big Fairytale game, like it's a big one, it's going to be released in 2020. I didn't know what you would be doing in the game exactly, but now this gives you more information, so that's pretty cool. I'm excited for that. And I was happy with either doing stuff that was in the anime, or if they were going to just do a brand new original story. I was fine either way. I was excited either way. So we're going to move on to the next point, and that one is talking about the characters. And it says that there's going to be more than 10 playable characters. That might not sound like a lot, especially considering this is Fairytale, and if you've seen the anime or you read the manga, you know there are a lot of characters. A whole lot of characters. And that's honestly, in my opinion, the strongest thing Fairytale has going for it, which makes it so entertaining for me, is the characters. But at the same time, if you have an overinflated roster, they kind of tend to blend in, and characters kind of fight the same. They just don't feel like they were given enough attention. So I'm okay with 10 characters so far. They've only released 5. They have 5 confirmed characters, and these are like all obvious choices, like, well, duh, of course they'd be playable characters. So you have Natsu, who of course is going to be a playable character. I mean, you can't have a Fairytale game and not have Natsu as a playable character. It doesn't make sense. He's the main character. And the other main character, Lucy, she'll be a playable character. You also have Gray, the Ice Mage Wizard. He'll be a playable character. Urza, of course, a fan favorite. She's going to be a playable character. And then Wendy. Wendy's going to be a playable character, which I know Travis is very happy to hear. So that's the 5 that are confirmed, but there is a picture here, and if you look at the picture, they have some silhouettes behind the confirmed characters. You can't make out all of them. A lot of them are really blurry. But there are 3. There are 3 silhouettes of characters that I'm pretty sure I recognize. One of them is a silhouette standing behind Lucy and Wendy. That obviously looks like Gajiel. So it looks like Gajiel's going to be a playable character. He just hasn't been confirmed yet. But, I mean, if these silhouettes are anything to go by, he's confirmed. Another silhouette standing behind Gray And Natsu looks like it's going to be Juvia, which I hope it is, because Juvia is my favorite Fairytail character, and I would love to play as Juvia. And then the last silhouette that we can make out is behind Gray and Urza, and I'll be honest, for a split second I thought it was Zareth, but no. If you look at it for more than just a second, you'll realize that's probably more along the lines of Jalal, which is interesting that if he's going to be a playable character, because he's not technically a member of Fairytail. So that's really interesting. It's going to be more interesting a little later in the video when you see another screenshot. But those are going to be the 5 confirmed characters, plus 3 silhouettes of characters that I'm pretty sure I know who they are. And if the pictures anything to go by, they are also going to be in the game. Gashiel, Juvia, and Jalal. In terms of how these characters play, we will get to that. But next is going to be the third point, the third attention point, and that is the guild itself and how you'll be able to grow with friends and be able to rank up within the guild. You'll be having a guild rank, okay? And it increases by fulfilling the orders received on the guild's request board. This will give you an opportunity to not only rank up your guild, but apparently you'll be able to deepen ties with friends and upgrade the guild facilities, which is really cool. If you see this screenshot here, you'll see, for any of you who've gone this far in the manga or the anime, you'll recognize this version of the Fairytail guild. So that's really interesting. It makes me wonder, where's the game going to start exactly? And if I were to guess where the game starts, it might start with Hades. So it might start with the S-Class arc. And then after you have that big arc and that's all finished, if you've seen what happens at the end there, then you'll know what led to the guild to look like this. I'm not going to spoil anything in case anyone hasn't gone that far in the show or the manga. But for those of you who have gone far enough, you recognize this, you know what this is all about. And it says that you'll get to upgrade the guild facilities, so I'm thinking, oh, that's cool. You'll be able to make the guild bigger and nicer looking, and that's pretty exciting. Hopefully it doesn't involve a lot of like grinding to do that, because I'm not really a fan of grinding in games. But I'm hoping it'll still be fun regardless, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna do well with that department. And I gotta tell you, like I said, you really need to check out this website and go to the translator, because there is a line in here, and I'm gonna read it out loud because it's just so funny. And it says, "The appearance of the Fairytail, to which the nuts belong, for some reason, it is now obsolete." I am not kidding. I did not make up that sentence. That is for real. It says that. It's not appearance of Fairytail, it's appearance of the Fairytail, to which the nuts belong. And I guess now the nuts are obsolete. I love this English translation. This is great. This is absolutely wonderful. And before I get to the fourth main point, another thing I want to point out, not only do you get to explore the guild and take on missions and upgrade the facilities, there also appears to be the map of Magnolia itself. It looks like you'll actually get to walk around Magnolia, and there will be citizens out and about Magnolia, so it won't feel like such an empty place. So if you actually get to explore Magnolia and not just stay confounded in the guild, that's awesome. That's really, really cool. It makes me think, like, do you get to go to Lucy's apartment, check that place out? You know, all these different places that you can go to in Magnolia. That's really exciting to think about. So on to the fourth and final attention point, and this has to do with battles. This has to do with the fighting, the gameplay itself. So you'll get to have a team of 5. So that's actually a pretty big team in terms of RPGs. RPGs, most that I can think of, it's like a team thing. They'll do like 3 or they'll do 4 at like the max. Not a whole lot of them that I can think of off the top of my head that lets you have 5 or more characters on your team. So that's pretty interesting. Makes me wonder if that's going to make the game too easy though, because I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But with these screenshots, the screenshots you see here, I mean, the graphics look great, and it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. It gives the descriptions in the website give you a little more information on it. I'm not going to go through all that because I don't want the video to be way too long, and I'm already approaching, I believe I'm like past 10 minutes now, so don't want to take up too much of your time. But you know, Natsu's going to get to use fire magic, but he's also going to get to use thunder magic as it appears in this screenshot right here, so that's interesting. Then you have Lucy, who gets to use her celestial spirits, and as you can see, it looks like Lucy's next to another Lucy. That is Gemini. So Gemini is a confirmed celestial spirit that Lucy will be using in the game. Urza has multiple armors, and the game knows this because from these screenshots you can already see, yeah, she's using different kinds of armors to fight, so that's pretty cool. Then you got Gray, of course. He's going to be using his ice magic, and the graphics on that ice look absolutely amazing. He's so far is probably the one I'm looking forward to playing as the most because of just how beautiful those ice attacks look. And I am a sucker for great graphics, what can I say? And then of course you got Wendy, who is very interesting in terms of fighting. She's really more of a support. She might work as like a healer in the game, which I've always loved having healers in RPGs. I'm not a big RPG guy, but when I do play them, I'm always making sure that I got someone who can heal on my team because they are lifesavers, they really are. And I think Wendy might fall into that category, which if she does, she's probably going to be on my main team because I'm going to need a healer. But at the same time, they might make her a pretty good fighter because, you know, when she has to, she can fight, she can go. So she's going to be a very interesting one. And then another big news regarding this is the fact that there will be support characters in the game. So you got your main characters that you can play as, we'll call them playable characters, and then you've got support characters. I don't know exactly how these characters are going to work. I doubt they'll be like, you know, like Smash Brothers with the assist trophies where you pick it up and then a random ally pops out and does something, you know, whatever they do. I doubt it's going to be like that. It might be along the lines more of like a summoning. I'm not sure. I only have this screenshot to go off of. But as you can see in the screenshot, Master Makarov will be a support character, which, you know, can be exciting news for some people. On the other hand, others who might be really wanting to play as Master Makarov might find this to be a bummer, because I highly doubt you'll get to play as the support characters. For me personally, I think Master Makarov is cool. Would have been cool to have him as a playable character, I guess, but at the same time, if the game's gonna have support characters, you gotta have good support characters that people can like really look forward to seeing. And to have Master Makarov in there, I think is a good first step. I think that's gonna set the bar to what support characters should be, which are characters that are really cool, that people really like, that you would actually like to play as and have as playable characters. If they just throw in like some of the most random guys in there that no one really cares too much about, I don't think support characters will be a very big thing. I don't think it'll be seen as a positive for the game. So I'm totally on board with Master Makarov being a support character rather than a playable character. And that's it for the 4 main points, guys. If you want a little more information on the game, you can check out, like I said, just check out this blog. Check it all out. And especially if you can't read Japanese, translate it to English because some of the translations are just hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. I'll even give you one more example. They accidentally misspell Natsu's last name. Fairytail fans know that his last name is Dragneel, spelled drag and then N-E-E-L, but in this website, they spell it differently. I won't tell you how they spell it. I'd rather you just check it out, because it's funny. The English translation for this is funny, so check it out. And that's going to be it for this video. I'm Zach, signing off for Animen. and I will talk to you guys later.